Hello everybody, this is me Quad. Today we'll be reviewing the Newage hook and long haul. Now we'll get into hook first here. So here's the upgraded legs and here is the original legs. Just do a side by side. We'll do a little closer up so you can see the detail difference between the two. And then we'll get into a little more on the legs later when we transform him. But yeah, that's... And I mentioned, one thing I forgot to mention, they all do roll well. Here's long haul's truck mode. Looking pretty nice. So yeah. Oh yeah, his hook does move. It does extend quite a bit. I can't tell if this is diecast or just chrome. Don't really want to pet that to test, but yeah. That said, it does feel really nice and stuff. And oh yeah, that does turn 360 degrees. Pretty nice as well. Just do tell, I think long haul can, yeah, you could technically dump it, but yeah. But yeah, we'll transform hook first here. So what we want to do, lift the legs like that, separate them, fold that in like that, boom. Do the same on the other side, boom. And there you go. And then with the arms, you want to, because they'll be kind of folded in, so what you want to do is fold them back, and then these panels here you want to fold in, and then next we rotate that, and then pull out the head, and you hear that click, which means you pulled out the head fully, and then just push that down, and you have a hook all transformed and ready to go. And like before, his hands are similar to Scrapper's, so if you want to hold the gun, you gotta have the hand closed. Although the gun sits kind of loosely in here on his, for whatever reason. We'll get into now the new legs. So the upgraded legs, you just do that. This whole thing kind of folds. You gotta kind of fold it out and then fold it back in. There you go. And then with this kind of folds out. That folds like that. Boom, boom. And there's the legs. Literally the difference is you got some gray paint right there. And then some what's it called? A whole gray leg right here with green in the back. And the ankle tilts work about the same. Really the only thing is that the back legs here are hollow on the regular release, and the ankle tilt's the same like that. He does have the uglier ankle tilts of all of them. But if you just have the base sets, then I would give that to Mixmaster having the ugliest ankle tilts. But with the upgraded kits included, he would be the ugly duckling as far as the ankles go. That said though, I do not really care for the too inaccurate legs. I much prefer the green legs personally. Just looks more aesthetically pleasing. And I'll also get into why these don't work in combined mode as well when we get into that video. But yeah. Anyways, we'll go over articulation. 90-degree elbow. Wrist articulation. Surprisingly, nothing really at the head. It's kind of hindered due to this shit here. So yeah. He does not have a waist at all. He does have an ab crunch though. He does have a waist due to some shit he does for combined mode. So yeah, that can be forgiven. And then his arms go out about that far. And then of course they could do the 360. and then his legs can go up about that far, and then can go well about that far back before it starts hitting some of the back stuff there. His knees are double jointed. Getting that second joint to move is a little tricky, but you can get it to move. With just a single joint, it's like that. You also got a joint in the right there as well, so technically speaking, you got like a triple jointed leg. But that joint down here is mostly transformation. But you do got that. So yeah. And then the ankle toe goes all the way out. These ones are double jointed as well, although you don't got that extra foot one. At least on this side. And it's not even, so this one has greater with that foot one due to the hollowness. But yeah. So yeah, he poses pretty good, and let's get a good look at that head. Very nice, very nice. Now we'll transform long haul. So he's kind of simple. You just want to unhinge those. Of course, what I did was simply just, because this is tabbed in here, you just untab it. Boop. Unhinge that. I like to fold them back. And then now what you want to do, get these die cast pieces right here, and then there's this hole right there. You're gonna just tab that into that, like so. Do the same thing on the other side. Boop, there you go. And then untab his arms, and then you're gonna kind of have to unhinge them. And then we're going to grab the head, and then next pull that like that. There we go. And then just kind of undo the arms. Okay, now I'll talk about a complaint I have with long haul here. Of the set, these two are kind of weird. His legs doesn't really tab, so they're kind of loose. As a result, the knees are. And then you run into the issue that you can't get it all the way back, but then you kind of can when you bend that knee. A good solution to that would just be moving it, so that way it just sticks out like that, and then you can get that back all the way. But then aesthetically speaking, it looks kind of weird. But yeah, then he has an ab crunch. 360 head, so you could turn the head 360. He has more than 90 degrees elbow bend. That's due to transformation, but it is there, so hooray for that. Waist swivel, of course. Yeah, both of these can only go so far because of that shit he has at the top. You could look down that far. You could look up stupid to do a hinge right there for transformation. And oh yeah, he does have ankle tilts. But his feet do like to, these panels do like to go when you're doing the ankle tilt. So that is a thing to notice there. And then his gun is more like what's his name's gun? Hooks, or not Hooks. Bone Crusher, where it just sits in there just perfectly, even if you open the hand. So yeah, and then we get, hold on, there we go. Fantastic fucking look at his face. I will say Long Haul is one of the ones I always kind of liked, and the Combiner was one. I love him being fucking just humongous. It kind of looks funny, but those fucking elbows are the worst. I do prefer this Long Haul looks wise. Paint wise, I honestly wish Long Haul had actually more purple on him, because the only purple he has is the accent on his legs, and then the window for his vehicle mode. Everything else is gray. I know that's animation accurate, but I'd like my long haul test in purple to be more uniformed with everybody else. Because if we get all of them out, and this is just a problem with long haul's design in general, it ain't really a problem with the figure, because the figure's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. Animation accurate. So yeah. Let's get Scrapper here. I can get him fucking standing. Just have to adjust his heel spurs. I swear you gotta, like... Okay, there we go. Bone Crusher. Mix Master. And last but certainly not least, our boy Floppy Scavenger. They all look nice together, and Bone Crusher is definitely lacking in the purple as well, but he has a shit ton of green. They're a nice set. You get two that don't follow the... Well, you get three actually that don't follow the general... Well, none of them really have a general color scheme. Like, they all have gray, dark grays in them, but they're all different amounts into the purples. The Constructicons are always... They're a good team, though. They're a solid team. The G1 toys are pretty solid. Out of the G1 combiners, I would say the G1 Constructicons are the best in terms of just looks-wise. I would say as far as the combining process goes, the Scramble City ones are infinitely more enjoyable combining than the original Devastator, which is kind of weird. We'll get into that some other day, because I do have a version of that mold, the Tonkinator one. Got that, picked that up because I thought it was kind of funny. But yeah. Next video would be actually doing them in their combined mode. And starting off that video, they would be in vehicle mode. So yeah. And I guess just for a quick little size comparison, is the jet mode for the Seeker. Don't really feel like transforming this at the current moment. But he's about the same size as I would say Mixmaster, so or one. He's pretty much the same size as everybody here, just about. I think he's actually closer to Scavenger, not Scavenger, fucking Scrapper. Keep calling him fucking Scavenger, even Scavenger's over fucking here. But yeah. But anyways, this is they're a great set. I really can't recommend this set enough, and especially when we talk about the main event being the combined mode, because the combined mode is just fucking fantastic. But anyways, this has been me, Qua, and if you liked the video, like it, subscribe, all that good shit, and as always, peace.